Namaste. Welcome to our video where we delve into the fascinating world of the Indian tax system. Today, we're embarking on a captivating journey, one that explores the intricate labyrinth of taxes in India. We'll unravel its past, its significance, its unique characteristics, and the challenges it poses, particularly for the middle class. Our aim is to make this complex subject simple, interesting, and engaging for you. So if you find our content enlightening, don't forget to subscribe and share our video with others. So buckle up as we embark on this enlightening journey. To appreciate the present, one must understand the past. Let's begin with a brief history of the Indian tax system. From the dawn of civilization, taxation has been an integral part of societal structure, and India is no exception. The roots of Indian taxation can be traced back to ancient times, when the Maurya Empire, under the reign of Emperor Ashoka, had a well-organized system. Taxes were collected in various forms, including crops, gold, and even manual labor. Moving forward to the Gupta Empire, the tax structure became more refined. Land taxes were prominent, and tax evasion was dealt with strictly, reflecting the importance of taxation even then. The Mughal era saw a shift in taxation policies with the introduction of the Zabt system, a uniform land tax that replaced the complex web of multiple taxes. However, it wasn't until the British colonial rule that the foundation of the modern tax system was laid. The British introduced a structured and systematic approach to taxation, with income tax and excise duties becoming prominent sources of revenue. Post-independence, India adopted a mixed economy model, and the need for a robust tax system was paramount. The Constitution of India established the framework for taxation, distributing powers between the union government and state governments. Since then, our tax system has seen many significant changes. In the late 20th century, India abolished certain taxes like the inheritance tax and wealth tax, while introducing new forms such as service tax. The biggest recent change, however, was the introduction of the Goods and Services Tax, GST, in 2017. This indirect tax replaced numerous central and state taxes, aiming to simplify the tax structure and increase compliance. Tax evasion, unfortunately, has been a significant issue throughout history, impacting the economy negatively. Despite this, the Indian tax system has continued to evolve, with the aim of balancing revenue generation with societal fairness. From barter to cash, our tax system has indeed come a long way. Fast forward to today, our tax system has become more complex and diverse. The Indian taxation structure has evolved into a multi-tiered framework, with taxes being levied by different tiers of government: the central government, state governments, and local authorities. Each tax is backed by specific legislation, giving it a solid legal foundation. One of the most well-known types of taxes is the income tax, which is imposed on individuals or entities based on their income. This tax has different categories, such as salary, capital gains, and business income. The rules and slabs for each category are distinct, making it a comprehensive tax that covers a wide range of income sources. Next, we have the Goods and Services Tax, or GST, which is an indirect tax imposed on the consumption of goods and services. It replaced the service tax and has been a significant change in the indirect taxation landscape of India. The GST has different tax slabs, which are assigned based on the type of goods and services. This tax is collected at every stage of the production or distribution process, making it a crucial part of our economy. Another tax that plays a significant role in our system is the customs duty. This tax is levied on goods that are imported into and exported out of the country. The idea behind it is to protect domestic industries from foreign competition and to control the flow of certain goods. Each of these taxes is collected by different government bodies. The Central Board of Direct Taxes, or CBDT, oversees the collection of direct taxes like income tax, while the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, or CBIC, manages indirect taxes like GST and customs duty. These bodies ensure that every taxpayer contributes their fair share to the nation's revenue. In essence, every rupee we pay in tax contributes to the nation's development. Now, one might wonder, how does all this impact the common man, especially the middle class? Well, the middle class, often referred to as the backbone of the economy, bears the brunt of the taxation system. Let's delve into this. In India, taxes are levied across multiple levels, from the central government to state governments and even local authorities. Each of these taxes are backed by their own set of legislation, making the tax system both complex and multifaceted. For the middle class, understanding this complex system can pose a significant challenge. Then there's the issue of high tax rates. Income tax, for instance, is imposed on individuals based on their income, with categories like salary, capital gains, and business income. The middle class, which primarily earns from salaries, often finds itself in higher tax slabs, resulting in a significant portion of their income going towards taxes. Furthermore, the goods and services tax, or GST, an indirect tax on goods and services, also affects the middle class. While the intent behind GST was to simplify the tax structure, the multiple tax slabs have led to confusion and increased costs for certain goods and services. This too impacts the middle class, who are major consumers of these goods and services. Property tax, imposed by local bodies on buildings and land, is another burden for the middle class. With the dream of owning a home being a common aspiration, this tax can add to the financial strain of the middle class. Then there's the question of tax compliance. Navigating the labyrinth of tax laws and ensuring compliance can be a daunting task for the middle class. The fear of penalties for non-compliance further adds to their woes. Indeed, the burden of understanding and complying with tax laws often falls heavily on the middle class. This highlights the need for simplification and reform in the taxation system to ensure it is fair and equitable for all, particularly the middle class. Unfortunately, where there are taxes, there are also those who try to avoid paying them. This brings us to the dark side of taxation: evasion. Tax evasion is a significant issue in India, with individuals and businesses alike trying to dodge their obligations. This is not just a minor transgression, but a serious crime that impacts the economy negatively. When people evade taxes, they are essentially stealing from the community. The funds that could have been used for infrastructure development, social welfare, and other public services are lost. This impacts everyone, not just those who are directly affected by the lack of services. Furthermore, tax evasion undermines the fairness of the tax system. It creates an uneven playing field where those who do pay their taxes are carrying a heavier burden, while those who evade are unfairly advantaged. This can lead to resentment and a lack of trust in the system, further perpetuating the problem. The Indian government has taken several steps to tackle this issue. Measures such as stricter enforcement, increased transparency, and making it easier for people to pay their taxes are all part of the strategy. However, change cannot happen overnight. Ultimately, it's not just up to the government to solve this problem. It requires a shift in mindset from all of us. Paying taxes is not a burden, but a civic duty, a contribution towards the betterment of our society. Tax evasion, a social evil, not only harms the economy but also deprives the nation of funds for development. Despite the challenges, the Indian tax system is continuously evolving and adapting. This resilience is most evident in the recent reforms designed to simplify the labyrinth of tax laws and make compliance easier for the average citizen. A shining example is the introduction of the Goods and Services Tax, or GST. By replacing multiple indirect taxes with a single tax, GST has streamlined the tax process, made the system more transparent, and reduced the burden on businesses and consumers alike. But the journey doesn't end here. The Indian tax system still has a long way to go. It needs further reforms to make it more efficient, more equitable, and more effective. It's not just about collecting revenue, but about creating a system that promotes fairness and fosters economic growth. For instance, existing laws need to be simplified further to increase compliance and reduce the scope for tax evasion. The tax base needs to be broadened and the tax slabs need to be rationalized. The focus should shift from indirect taxes, which are regressive in nature, to direct taxes, which are based on the ability to pay. Moreover, there's a dire need for better taxpayer services, faster dispute resolution, and a more user-friendly digital interface. After all, a system that is easy to navigate is a system that encourages compliance. With the right reforms, our tax system can become a powerful tool for socioeconomic development. It's a challenging task, no doubt, but with the collective efforts of the government, the tax authorities, and the citizens, it's a task that we can certainly accomplish. We've come to the end of our journey through the Indian tax system. Today, we've delved into its history, importance, and the unique challenges it presents, particularly for the middle class. Remember, every tax, be it direct or indirect, has a significant role in shaping our nation's economy. By understanding and participating in this system, we contribute to our country's development. Thank you for joining us. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such enlightening content. Dhanyavad.